far this month above normal, including yesterday. But Saturday was a little bit more comfortable. Temperatures in the low 80s. Let's take a look now at temperature outlook as we head into the next 6 to 10 days. A 40% chance below normal conditions. We're talking temperatures here. So if you're not a big fan of the 90s, well, lucky you. Looks like we're going to stay pretty close to the low 80s for the next week's time. And looking right now as we head just around the downtown area, the Grove Park Inn, this is what you can expect. 81 degrees by noontime, and by the evening, 75 degrees with, of course, that chance for storms today. So make sure you have that rain gear. We'll talk much more about the timing of those storms coming up in just a moment. Back to you. Good morning and welcome back, everyone. Let's take a look at the looping satellite and radar imagery because I want to highlight a couple areas where we're still seeing rain this morning. It's over Yancey, Mitchell, and Avery counties where you're seeing some of the darker greens, of course, the heavier rain. Skirting through the northern side of McDowell County and Burke County as well. Isolated showers right now moving through northeast Georgia, so those could pop into Oconee County here in just a few minutes. And we're looking at a lot of cloud cover out there this morning. This all ahead of a cold front that will continue to push farther south and east as we go through the day tomorrow, still giving us that instability through midday on Tuesday. Then we'll see high pressure spill back in behind that system. We're looking at clearing skies and comfortable temperatures as well. So we're starting off with this cloud cover. You can see all the white on your screen here with areas of fog. As early as lunchtime, we'll start to see some of those showers and storms pop up. Some of these showers and storms could be pretty slow moving, so I think the heavier rain is going to be the bigger threat with these systems. 3 o'clock this afternoon, you can see more widespread storm coverage, even lasting through this evening, but I don't think it's going to be too active through the overnight hours, although we could see a slight chance for rain. Back into Tuesday afternoon, another round of those storms, so you might need to turn off the sprinklers for your yard over the next couple of days and then turn them back on as we head into Wednesday. As I mentioned, we could see some heavier rain. Areas in red on your screen and purple, that indicates some moderate to heavy rain. So we could pick up an inch or two in those locations, with not everyone seeing that much. But of course, if we see those slow storms, that would be the greatest threat for us. 70% risk for those storms today, and partly sunny skies with a high of 83, which is actually a little bit below normal for this time of the year. And we stay pretty close to that normal high, not only the next 3 days, but the next week. So if you're not a big fan of the 90s, you're going to enjoy the temperatures over the next 7 days. As we look ahead beyond that cold front that I just showed you, that high pressure builds in Thursday and again into Friday, and then the pattern shifts again into this weekend with another threat for those scattered storms both Saturday and Sunday. Back over to you.
5:25 on the dot, and this morning we continue our summer adventure series showcasing the things that you can do right here at home this summer to experience the great outdoors.
Joining us this morning are Corey and Mitch Hampton with French Broad Adventures. Thank you both for coming in.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
We appreciate it. Tell me about your rafting. Where do you guys go?
We run Section 9 of the French Broad River, which is in Marshall, just 30 minutes north of Asheville. We put in at Barnard, North Carolina, a nice old town of Barnard. And we take out at either Stackhouse or in the town of Hot Springs for our longer trip.
You do rafting, but I was just looking at your website. You guys also have tubing and paddleboarding. How did you get involved with all of this?
Well, yeah, actually we do calm water trips in Hot Springs, and we started, over 20 years ago as guides ourselves on the French Broad River, and have paddled other places, and wanted to start our own family company so we could work with our family and friends and show people the beautiful rivers.
All right, now you take somebody like me. I am totally an amateur. So what's the first thing you would tell me to do on a rafting trip?
Well, the first thing I would tell you to do on a rafting trip is not to stand up if or when you find yourself in the water.
But I would tell Holly to stand up. All right, so what else would you tell me?
Well, I would just go over we would load up all the boats, do a nice safety talk at the river. We would talk about how to paddle, how to brace into the raft, what to do if you find yourself in the water on your own individual adventure.
And how young can people do this? Young, old?
Sure. For the calm water trips, the youngest age is 4, and then for the whitewater trips, the minimum age is 8. But we've had folks on our trip, I think the oldest I've had is 94 for her birthday.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
That's fascinating. And you have group deals, do you not, Corey?
Of course, group discounts. We also do multi-activity discounts because we do rafting, calm water trips, zipline canopy tours, canyoneering and climbing. So when you do multiple activities
For
with
somebody
your
who's,
group.
for somebody who's never been with an outdoor company, what would you recommend for their first time?
Gosh, that's a great question. We have so many offerings because people enjoy different things. But maybe if you had somebody who was a little bit reluctant, you could start with our calm water trip and just enjoy. Yeah, that's where we'll start. Just enjoy the scenery.
There we go.
Like
Okay.
it's too big or something like that.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Thank
Great.
you both for being here.
It looks
Absolutely.
like fun.
Thank
Again,
you.
you guys have a lot of good stuff on your website too.
Thank you.
We'll link you to that at WLOS.com. What if there was an easier way to get full eyebrows, like just stamping them on? I find out what's the deal coming up on News 13 this morning.
From Western North Carolina's news leader, this is News 13 This Morning.
Panda Gao Ching turned 8 on Sunday and enjoyed his birthday with a cake.
The panda lives from China. No,
F31.
Living, really, people, but especially this Monday morning. Every counties mainly. Yancey County, fog out there once again. Areas that saw rain yesterday, more likely to see some of that fog this morning. Scattered storms return to the region again today. We're looking at temperatures not terribly hot, so that's some good news, and a little bit more cloud cover today as well. Coming up in my full forecast, I'll talk much more about several things, including how warm it's going to be or how cool over the next 7 to 10 days, but also where these storms could pop up this afternoon. Back to you.
Coming up, we'll have the latest on protests in Chicago after an officer-involved shooting there. We'll show you the body camera video of the incident coming up.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's take a look right now at the high temperatures so far this month because we've trended warmer overall. This weekend, we were kind of split. We had 83 Saturday and 86 on Sunday, but we are forecasting temperatures over the next 6 to 10 days to be a 40% chance below normal. So if you're not a fan of really hot conditions in July, then this is probably music to your ears. So it's expecting to stay around in the low 80s, which is typical for this time of the year. Meanwhile, if you're going to be hiking this afternoon, maybe you have a Monday off, let's head out to Mount Pisgah. Higher elevation is going to be much cooler, 60 degrees this morning, but it doesn't warm up much at all. In fact, staying in the upper 60s throughout the day today. Of course, that's much higher elevation than what we see in Asheville. And into this evening, staying in the low 60s as well. But we will see those storms, so not the best hiking day. If you do decide to go out, just make sure you have a good rain jacket. Back over to you.
From the live desk, protests rage in Chicago after body cam video of a police-involved shooting is released. The rally started on Saturday after 37-year-old Headrick Augustus was shot and killed. 4 people were injured in those protests over the weekend. Augustus worked at a barber shop just a couple of blocks from where that shooting unfolded. In a rare move, Chicago police quickly released this body camera footage showing what happened. The police chief says officers thought Augustus was armed, and in a slowed down version of the video, you can see it there. It looks like a pistol in his waistband as he tries to run from officers. He appears to reach toward his waistband. Then an officer shoots. We've learned that officer is now on desk duty as this investigation continues. Back to you.
Your News 13 Skywatch weather.
Good morning, everyone. Let's get a look right now at the radar because we're still seeing a few showers out there. Let me highlight where. In these locations, pulling right now out of Yancey and Mitchell County over the northern side of Burke counties at this time. It's moved out of McDowell County. And that shower I showed you last half hour in northeast Georgia, sure enough, has moved back into the upstate of Coney County right now over Highway 76. So those isolated areas seeing rain, but ahead of this cold front today, we're going to see widespread rain that will continue through Tuesday. There's midday. That front slips through the region, and then as high pressure builds in behind that, we'll see clear skies across the region through the middle of the work week, and then we'll start to see more of a rain risk as we head back into the weekend. Looking a little bit closer on the hour-by-hour scale, look at all of the white on your screen. Typically, we see a lot more of the clear skies to start the day. Well, we're going to start with a little bit more cloud cover. Now, as we head into midday, so it's going to be a little bit sooner than what you saw earlier than what you saw yesterday with the storm coverage. There's noontime. and you can see pockets of heavy rain rolling through the mountains. Same thing through 3 o'clock, through dinner time as well. As we head into the evening, an isolated shower or storm, but not likely. As we head back into midday Tuesday, again with those storm chances returning to the region. Not a lot of severe weather expected, but we could see some brief heavy downpours. Areas in red and purple on your screen will likely see the most rain over the next couple of days, which could amount to a couple of inches of rainfall. Here's a look at Asheville's forecast today. Partly sunny with a 70% risk for storms with a high of 83. And looking ahead into tomorrow, a 60% chance. Now that rain chance goes way down as we head into Wednesday, low 80s Wednesday and Thursday, with scattered storm coverage returning for the weekend. Back over to you.
We'll, of course, have more on the Finland Summit coming up in the next 15 minutes. We're going to keep checking in there live and see how things are going. But first, some storms moved into the mountains overnight.
And Ingrid, some areas right now still seeing a little bit of rain.
Not a lot of rain, yeah, but just a little bit out there. Let's take a live look at this looping radar here, and it does show while you were sleeping, we saw some of that rainfall. You might need to turn on those windshield wipers a couple times this morning. And it's still raining in isolated showers. Yancey, Mitchell, Avery County have seen some showers over the last couple of hours and some just spotty areas of rain across the French Broad River Valley and plenty of cloud cover out there. Right now, looking at Oconee County with a shower right now over Highway 76 and headed towards Clemson. Visibility poor with some patchy fog out there as well. It's the worst in that area in gray on your screen. That's over parts of Haywood and Jackson counties. A closer look now at your forecast shows 74 at 10 a.m. and 80 by lunchtime. Not terribly hot today, but it's going to be that rain chance that we're going to focus on in my full forecast because I'll show you when I think most of those storms will begin throughout the day today. Right now, let's get a first look on the roads with Shelby Cannon. Good morning.
Good morning, Ingrid. Just spoke with dispatchers to check on the roads for your Monday, and right now, no alerts or accidents happening in western North Carolina. But if you travel on I-26 in Hendersonville towards Columbus, you can expect smooth traveling. Take note of a lane closure, though, right at that South Carolina-North Carolina line. The right lane is closed on I-26 westbound due to construction. You can see those slower speeds already by the yellow colors coming through on this map. But otherwise, speeds along this route are traveling right along 61 miles per hour at Holbrook Cove Road, Upward Road about 65 miles per hour.
Continues today in Henderson County after a mudslide closes a portion of a highway.
News 13's Lauren Brigman joins us live from the slide along US 74A near Grant Mountain Road. Lauren, evidence of the slide is still there.
Yeah, I want you to take a look at some of the trees that actually were brought down from this hillside where the slide occurred. Evidence that cleanup still happening here in Henderson County after this slide happened around 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Now, only one lane of traffic can actually pass through this area at a time, so there are traffic lights up on either side of the slide to alert drivers. And some neighbors here are concerned about this slide, especially if the area sees more rain. News 13 spoke with a family who lives just across the road from where this happened. They say for several weeks, Department of Transportation workers have been trying to secure the area.
The area behind us, I think they were working with because they've had backhoes out there for about 2 weeks, and I think they're really just trying to make that area safer. When it rains, there's a lot of mud that comes down through there.
So again, it was Saturday afternoon when boulders, trees, and dirt came sliding down the incline, and DOT crews are planning to further inspect the damage. But as for the traffic in this area, we're told that one lane that's impacted is expected to remain closed at least through this afternoon. We will keep you updated. Live in Henderson County, Lauren Brigman, News 13.
Lauren, thank you.
Welcome back, everyone. I want to talk temperatures with you now. This is a look at high temperatures throughout the month so far, and we've seen a pretty comfortable Saturday at 83 degrees, but it was warmer yesterday at 86, and typically we're around 84 degrees for this time of the year, so we were right on the nose on Friday. But what about the next 6 to 10 day period? Temperature outlook shows a 40% chance that we will be below normal, so not going to be terribly hot, thankfully, as we head into the next week. We're going to stay around that low 80 mark. And if you are headed or maybe you live near the Grove Park Inn this morning, it's going to be 65 degrees, a little bit more cloud cover in that spot across the entire area, I should say. By noontime, we start to see some of those showers and storms already popping up and lasting through this evening. Temperatures in the low 80s by lunchtime and back down to the middle 70s through this evening. If you're going to take the dog for a walk today, I do recommend carrying that umbrella as we do have a good chance for storms. I'll talk more about the hour-by-hour forecast and when we see drier air move back in my full forecast in just a few minutes. Shelby.
Good morning. Another look at the roads to begin your day, and going more west on our maps this morning, the I-40 commute through Haywood County traveling right along. You can see I-40 from Harmansden through Haywood County into Canton and Clyde and on into Asheville, all traveling right along, green on everywhere on this map, which is a really good sign that those speeds are right up to par, which you can see true here, 60 miles per hour at Newfound Road and Wiggins Road. But also take note of some slowdowns in Canton, only about 16 miles per hour downtown there. But let's take another live look at the roads. This camera showing you I-26 at Brevard Road or NC 191 by our Reagan home camera. Seeing a few here and there gather. No congestion quite yet. A good time to get on this road, actually. It's easy traveling right now, but I'll have another update for you in about 10 minutes. Holly?
This morning we continue our summer adventure series, showcasing the things you can do here in the mountains to experience, of course, the great outdoors.
Joining us this morning are Corey and Mitch Hampton with French Broad Adventures. Thank you both for being here. You guys have a lot going on.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah, explain what you do.
Yeah, so we have been a whitewater rafting company for 37 years. But in that time, we have added zipline canopy tours, canyoneering, and now we have a brand new climbing wall. So we've got a lot of cool things.
Let's talk canyoneering.
Yes.
What do we do with that?
Yeah.
That sounds fun and
it is
a little
amazing.
adventurous.
It is. It's a safer way to experience waterfalls. So it's traversing down a river by rappelling off of the face of waterfalls with ropes and harnesses.
Now, Mitch, is this something for a beginner, though?
Yeah, yes, it is. Yeah,
it
is. Yes,
Yeah.
We have all of our guides have gone through a lot of training for this. We work with the U.S. Forest Service, and it's someone can just, if they're ready to hike in there and rappel down this waterfall, if you have the adventure in your blood, you can do it.
And if you don't, you have a more calm experience that they can offer you.
Yes, we also offer calm water trips, just floats on a calmer section of the river if you would like to just enjoy the scenery peacefully.
Very nice. I think a lot of people would like to do both at one time or another.
Sure.
Talk about the zip lining.
Sure. We have had our zipline canopy tour since 2013. It is a 10-line course with 2 rappels, a swinging bridge, and a beautiful treehouse.
Okay, so something for everybody, really.
Definitely.
Okay, and young, you said you can take kids as young as 4 on some of these trips?
Yeah. So as young as 4 for the calm water rafting trips. Whitewater rafting trips, the minimum age is 8. And then for our zipline canopy tour, there's not an age limit, there's just a weight limit. You must weigh between 70 and 250 pounds.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you both for being here. We
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Yeah, and do you have a chance to get out on
From a meeting between President Trump and Vladimir Putin, we'll have the latest from Finland coming up. From the live desk happening now, we've just learned that Russia's president is running late for that one-on-one meeting with President Trump. Now, earlier this morning, President Trump met with Finland's president there for breakfast. The Russian president, we've just learned, is running about 30 minutes behind. The 2 leaders are expected to meet one-on-one with only interpreters in the room. This morning, Putin's spokesperson says he hopes the summit will be a baby step toward fixing the relationship between the 2 countries. About that relationship this morning, the Russian president, Vladimir, is running about 30 minutes late.
identities or
And let's take a look right now at the satellite and radar imagery because it's still fairly active this morning. Here's a loop right now showing some of these heavier rain showers have moved out of mostly our viewing area, moved up towards Boone, but we're still seeing some light shower activity in the northern side of Burke County and McDowell counties and also up towards Madison County. So just a heads up that you could need some windshield wipers going this morning in those locations. Also into the southern portion of our viewing area down to the upstate Naconee County, seeing some showers right now over Highway 76. So heads up there. But this afternoon, we see more widespread storms. It's ahead of this cold here, the white early alert storm over your weather as well, with temperatures slightly below normal. Scattered storms into this weekend. Shelby?
Now, from Western North Carolina's news leader, this is News 13 This Morning.
Good morning to you. It is Monday, July 16th. I'm Jay Siltzer.
I'm Holly Headrick.
And I'm Ingrid Allstaedt. I think it's smart that they're not starting Amazon Prime Day until 3 p.m. because people actually have to work now.
For at least most of the day.
Right, everyone was thinking, hey, I could just wake up and start shopping.
But
no.
This is so good for us.
It is good for our
because we will be
schedule.
off work and we can actually shop and not get in trouble.
That's true. The rest of you have to hide it. later on today. Let's get a first look at your forecast, everyone. We're seeing some rain showers across our northern communities right now, including northern Madison County, and also out towards Yancey County. Over McDowell County, seeing some of those light rain showers and some cloud cover pretty much everywhere else, and including in the upstate. And there's a light shower right now just south of Clemson, headed towards Anderson. So not a lot of rain out there, but enough that it could impact your visibility. Down to 5 miles now in Morganton, and it's some dense fog that we're seeing in areas like Silva. So use some caution in those spots. Scattered storms again today. In fact, I would recommend keeping that umbrella out all day long. And starting around lunchtime, we'll start to see those storms popping up. Coming up, my full forecast, a lot to go over. The hour-by-hour futurecast model. I'll show you where the heaviest rain is expected to fall. Shelby.
We have your weather and on-time traffic every 10 minutes. And as far as the roads, no traffic alerts right now to let you know about. So heading over to our maps this morning, I-40 through the Asheville area right now is traveling along nicely. This route through Malfunction Junction and the intersections of US 19, I-26, and I-240 is delay-free. This route should take you about 17 minutes to get through. Those speeds right at the posted speed limit so far, 60 miles per hour on the 40 westbound lanes near the Inca-Candler area. Let's take a live look, though, south. This is I-26 at Long Shoals Road by Lester Flooring Skycam Network. You can see here drivers cruising right along. No rain out there, but as Ingrid mentioned, that could be a different story for your evening commute. But right now, smooth sailing expected in Asheville. Holly?
Along US 74A, and Lauren, cleanup is still underway there.
And it's pretty obvious when you come around the curve here along US 74A or Girton Highway, you can definitely see where this happened. It took out a good portion of the hillside here, so cleanup still underway. This is right at the intersection of Grant Mountain Road, and DOT crews are also planning to further inspect the damage here. Now, only one lane of traffic can actually pass through at a time. News 13 spoke with a family who lives across the road from where this happened, and they say for several weeks, Department of Transportation workers have been trying to secure the area. One woman says the possibility of more rain is concerning.
The only time it ever worries me is if we're getting a lot of rain. And then as I'm driving to work through the mountain, I often look at the sides of the mountain thinking, are you going to hold?
So it was Saturday afternoon around 1 o'clock when boulders, trees, and dirt came sliding down the incline. Now we're told that lane that's impacted will likely remain closed until at least this afternoon. Back out here live, you can see some of the many trees that actually came down over the weekend, and also some that have been put here along the side of the roadway as this cleanup process continues. In the meantime, though, drivers need to be on the lookout for the two temporary traffic lights that are up to help alert drivers to slow down. Live in Henderson County, Lauren Brigman, News 13.
From the live desk, we are following breaking news right now out of the Charlotte area where a deputy was shot overnight. We've learned that deputy was seriously hurt in that shooting. These are pictures from the scene there from our ABC station in Charlotte. We're told it all began with a traffic stop about 11:30 last night, not far from Lenore. Authorities there are saying that the deputy was hit below the bulletproof vest and was rushed to surgery. Authorities say the suspect sped away in a blue Toyota sedan. The State Bureau of Investigations also working right now to learn more about that suspect. Again, a North Carolina deputy seriously hurt in a shooting stemming from a traffic stop overnight near Charlotte. Back to you.
I kind of laughed a little bit because everybody's eyebrows are so different, and also eyebrows are not twins. Okay, so they're not ever going to look perfectly the same. So I'm a little nervous.
Okay. Stamping on your eyebrows with a powder? I find out what's the deal coming up.
Also coming up, when it rains, how much falls, and talking temperatures over the next week. Stay with us. Welcome back, everyone. Let's talk temperatures now. So far this weekend, it was pretty comfortable on Saturday and then 86 on Sunday. So you may be thinking, are we trending hotter? Well, the good news is if you're not a fan of the heat, it's looking like we're going to stay below normal. So this comes from the Climate Prediction Center's forecast for the next 6 to 10 day period. And they're forecasting a 40% chance to stay below normal with our temperatures. So Once again, it's not going to be in the 90s over the next week. We're looking at more like the low 80s. And right now we're flying to the top of Mount Pisgah. If you're going to go hiking today, it's going to be significantly cooler there. We're looking at temperatures this morning pretty comfortable, but it stays that way throughout the day, likely not even hitting that 70-degree mark. So if you have the day off and you want to go for a hike, just to let you know, it's going to be storming at some points during the day, and you don't want to be on top of a mountain during that time. So just beware of that. Make sure you have the rain gear with you. I'll be looking hour by hour at that forecast and where the heaviest rain will fall, coming up in my full forecast in just a few minutes. Shelby.
Thanks, Ingrid. Weather and traffic every 10 minutes. If you're wondering what your commute is looking like so far, you can expect smooth traveling for your Monday. Seeing some slowdowns, though, beginning on some secondary roads. Seeing that case true here on Merriman Avenue or US 25. The yellow colors on this map indicating those slower speeds near I-40 looks okay, but more north here at I-240 and I-26 is where that slower traveling is happening, only in the teens at Patton Avenue. And while we're looking near downtown, let's take a live look. This is I-240 at the Bowen Bridge by Lester Floyd Skycam Network. Westbound getting more busy for those entering Asheville, but steady traveling even though we are seeing more make their way. But I'll have another last look at the roads in about 10 minutes to keep track of this. Lauren?
We are live from the site of a mudslide in Henderson County. We'll take a look at how it's impacting the morning drive coming up next.
Many women fill in their eyebrows to make them fuller. Some even go to bigger extremes, getting semi-permanent tattoos. But what if there was an easier way, taking far less time? I find out what's the deal with eyebrow stamps. You just pulled this out of the packaging.
I did.
What are your initial thoughts?
I kind of laughed a little bit because everybody's eyebrows are so different, and also eyebrows are not twins. Okay, so they're not ever going to look perfectly the same. So I'm a little nervous.
Okay.
Nervous because the Eye Envy brow stamp promises to give you perfect, evenly shaped eyebrows, no mess, no fail.
Microblading your eyebrows to get them perfect can cost hundreds of dollars. So this little contraption is the stamp, and it's about $7.
Makeup artist and owner of Blush Asheville, Wendy Balance, gives it a try. First, getting a good amount on the stamp.
I would say tap it a little bit, just from experience, and I'm going to try to get it on as evenly as possible. I'm going to kind of dab it in.
Then the other.
Take it up there, just because it's just going to be a hot mess.
Now, honestly, when I watched the video, it actually looked better on Haley than in real life. She did say if she could design her actual eyebrow shape, then that might help. So Amazon does have a variety of shapes that you can try. It is Prime Day. Maybe you'll get a deal, but at your own risk. I'm not recommending that
But
for
you know,
anyone.
I thought on Haley it looked pretty good.
Again, the video was a little better than in person.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
But it was okay, and she was a good sport.
She was a good sport. Point taken. Thanks, Holly.
All right.
And let's get another look right now at weather, where we're seeing some rain showers across our viewing area. So go ahead and grab the rain gear. If you don't need it this morning, you'll need it probably at some point today. Eastern portion of Madison County, a shower moved through there just a few minutes ago. Right now it's over Yancey County, the northern side, but definitely over McDowell County, seeing some of those light showers, and eastward out towards Boone, some heavier rain in those spots. Cloudy conditions everywhere and a couple light showers heading towards Anderson at this time in the upstate. And you can thank this cold front for giving us a good chance for those storms today. As it moves closer, it'll enhance that risk, and then into tomorrow as well. It's Wednesday that we see high pressure building behind it, clearing out our skies, and we're looking at temperatures actually pretty comfortable this week. You'll notice all the cloud cover on our Futurecast model. It's the white that you see on the screen, but as we head into as early as 11:30, 12 o'clock today, we'll start to see some of those storms popping up. Same thing through 3 o'clock this afternoon and into this evening. Here's 6 o'clock on your dinner time commute. As we head into the overnight hours, just a slight chance for rain, and then again into Tuesday afternoon, we'll see another round of those storms, and then we'll see clear skies into Wednesday. Now, I think the biggest threat with these storms, not going to be severe weather or the really strong wind necessarily, but I think the brief heavy downpours. And once you start to see the red and the purple on your screen, those are pockets of heavier rain. So we could see 1, maybe even 2 inches of rain in just a day's time. And of course, other folks could just kind of miss out on that heavy rain. Just depends on whether you see a good storm or not, but I would just plan on having the rain gear today, and temperature is not bad with a high of 83. Tomorrow looking pretty good as well with the temperatures, except for we have that chance for storms. Drier Wednesday and Thursday before another round of storms. We head into this coming weekend, and temperatures staying just slightly below normal this week. Shelby, back over to you.
And your last look at the roads also, and although it is a Monday, you should have a great start today with easy and delay-free roads. Looking at the commute in McDowell County and more east, I-40 in this area is alert-free. You can expect smooth traveling both to and fro Asheville from Old Fort into Black Mountain, Swannanoa, and ultimately into Asheville. Speeds on this road are right at that posted speed limit, 63 miles per hour near Dunsmore Avenue and a little bit more at 65 near US 70. But let's get another live look downtown. This is I-240 at Charlotte Street by Lester Flooring Skychem Network. Looking good today considering the time. Not too busy yet in downtown Asheville. So if you're about to make your way here in the next little bit, it's definitely a good time to do that. Back to you.
Cleanup continues today in Henderson County after a mudslide closes a portion of a highway.
News 13's Lauren Brigman joins us live from the slide along US 74A at Grant Mountain Road. And Lauren, the morning drive is impacted where you are.
Certainly. I'll show you a little bit of this area here. This is US 74A or Girton Highway. You can see definitely where this slide happened on Saturday afternoon. And all weekend long, drivers have had to watch out for these temporary traffic lights here because only